and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and I've finished my mandala paintings. So it's time to de-kit this one. I have some 310 still left and still some in the tub, so I definitely had plenty. I am going to pop these into a display book in another video, but sneak peek of one of them because frankly the pictures do not do some of these colours justice at all. But that's a later video, popping those. And now I need to pop these away. Now they are square diamonds, which means I have quite a process when getting rid of square diamonds. One of the first ones is, this is my 310. This is my excess square 310. It is used in a couple of my Heaven and Earth designs now. When I need to fill up a pot, I just pop the pot in the bag and scoop it up. But we can add these ones to it. So basically, if I did need to fill this up, I would just go in and scoop and fill my big pots for my Heaven and Earth design. But I am done with the diamonds in this kit in both the bag and the pots. So I can throw those in, and that's that one done. I could get away with a smaller one, but to be honest, my 310 has always been in quite a frightening size bag, really, and I just carried it on. It was just a standard grip seal bag, bigger than this. It was like 7.5 inches I think by 7.5 inches, but it did end up getting a little hole in it, of course, with wear and tear, so I've used a tougher bag for it. So that's that. The next thing that I do that's not a normal de-kitting is I have a box. This of course doesn't have as many diamonds in it. This one is purely for my second Heaven and Earth design. It's actually a Heaven and Earth design mini that I'm doing in black and white. So these colours tend to be black, white, grey and a little bit of a sort of greeny colour, or an off green. 3072 is a greeny colour, and I haven't checked whether I have enough diamonds or not for this. I'm just still collecting them at the moment until I finish my big one, my massive Heaven and Earth design project. So 5200 I think is the only colour that I have for that one, because apart from the black and a very small amount of white, there wasn't much white in this at all. Most of these paintings are pure colour. So that box is done. So now we're on to my standard boxes, of which I have 3 for squares. Here's number 1. This is my 100s to 600s. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to pull out the rest of these and group them. In fact, I may just pull out my 100s to 600s because these are really easy to see which ones I've got. 3, that's a 4, that's a 6. Okay, so all the rest start with 7 or above. So this is what I need to put into this box. So my first number is 209, and we now have these short bookmarks available that you can pop in to save your space. This is probably the least full box that I have. I am going to do in July, I think, July at some point, I am going to do a maintenance on my storage boxes. Like with anything that is, you know, has things stored in it and is organised, anywhere in your home, you'll know you can have a perfectly set up system that's absolutely beautiful, works for exactly what you need it for. But the more you're in and out of that system, the more you may need to do just a little bit of a touch up, a little bit of a declutter, sort out, straighten up. Doesn't help that that sticker's just ripped in half. And my spare storage is getting to the point where it needs that. It's been a couple of years, I think. I'd say it's been a couple of years since I last, you know, gave it a little bit of a once over. And it is due now for a bit of a sort out. Some of the bags that are a little bit full, you'll see it more in my next box. Where they're starting to explode just a little bit too much. I think I just need to whittle down some of the bags. I do have one in here. Oh, there you go. 152 in here, like full to bursting. So I do have a box that is for my giveaway diamonds. So I think when I do a spare storage sort of revamp, 154 is the same. I'm going to take some out of these bags. So de-kitting it will be easier. And I'll have more space for doing that. And be able to tip the diamonds just into these bags. 321's getting close. I might do things like, in fact, what I should just do while I'm here. So sometimes you do a little bit of maintenance on spaces while you're in them or while you're using them. But obviously this has been used in quite a few PaintGem mini kits, and it's just gained a little bit too many dryer sheets in there for comfort. Become quite a few. Things like that I'm going to do a little bit of maintenance on and just cream off some of the diamonds that are in my storage things so that I can keep collecting them, but I can also pass on ones that I have plenty of. Okay, so 445. Oh, we have a new number. So I've not had, it may be in my Heaven and Earth design, but I've not got any of these in my spares box. So I'm going to keep that tub out. I need to update my logbook with that in a mo. What I think I'm also going to do is I am going to check my logbook. There has been the odd time, people have told me, because I'm chatting at the same time as de-kitting, that I have missed some numbers. So I'm going to do a quick cross check of my logbook to check I have got all the numbers that are actually spares and those that aren't. In fact, I might do it just thinking sort of out loud, as you do when you're chatting. I think I might actually do it when I finish my big Heaven and Earth design, because that's when I will be adding a load more diamonds in. See, this one's pretty full, but because this is a PaintGem mini set and there is only a few diamonds, I tend to just throw them in anyway. It's only if I've got a huge amount of them that I don't. Yeah, I might do this when my big Heaven and Earth design is finished. So it may be July, maybe August, depending on how much I've got my act together. And kept up with doing part of it each day. And as I'm putting away the diamonds from my big Heaven and Earth design, I will sort out all the diamonds in the box and cross-check it against my logbook, because then I can update my logbook with all the ones that have come out of my Heaven and Earth design and gone into this. That's probably the best way to do it, because otherwise if I do it before my Heaven and Earth design's finished, I could then end up with bags that are overflowing from de-kitting such a big painting as my Heaven and Earth design, because I have so many extras left over from that. So I think that might be the best time to do it. It'll be a Heaven and Earth design de-kit / a spare storage tidy up. Be a bit of both. Because look, there's another one, 413, huge. You can see the ones that are really fat, and I'd rather keep on top of it than necessarily have more boxes for my spares. I could spread these out a bit and not have them as even numbers. So as I say, that's 100 to 600. This one is 700s, 800s and 900s, one being in each row. So I could possibly spread them out over the 3 boxes, but if I can avoid that by doing a little bit of maintenance, it makes more sense to me that way. So let's pull out the 7, 8s and 9s, and as you can see already, we're getting quite a few 900s, and this is just out of one kit. It is a heavily used section in my Heaven and Earth design. Sorry, not in my Heaven and Earth design, though it is, in my spares and dekitting. It's a section that ends up with a lot of diamonds. 701. So yeah, if I can whittle these down, make dekitting a lot easier, then all the better. I may be able to stop bringing my extra giveaway box in with me every time I dekit, because these diamonds are now stored in my bedroom. I have a bookcase full of all diamond painting goodies in my bedroom, and I bring these boxes into my craft/shop room every time I do a dekit. So it would be kind of, once my big Heaven and Earth design's done, it'll be nice to maybe not have to bring that extra box for any extras, because I don't always use it. 740. It's another popular colour, though. 742 and 743 look extremely full. But I can definitely get those in there. So yeah, I think it'll be good to have a nice clear out once my big Heaven and Earth design's done. And it'll change up the dekitting of that one, because dekitting that one is going to be what I call epic. It's going to be a monster project. I have a few diamonds here on the side that have recently gone to 0, because I have been dekitting them as I've finished using that number. But I might just wait and then dekit per box. So do a sort out and a dekit of each box as I go along. Maybe that'll be a nice way to do it, because that's getting pretty full. Okay, 800s. There's only a couple of these. 800s, I have got 2 pots at the end, so I have got more room. I've got another number that I've not got in my spares yet. This is where I need to stop waffling and make sure I put it in my logbook. Put the pot there, and then 820. This one's definitely in my Heaven and Earth design, and I've obviously collected quite a lot since. It's in my big Heaven and Earth design, but I've got all the diamonds I need for that one now, so I've not been collecting anymore. So 820, and then 900s. Let's pop these in order, because that'll definitely make it easier for me with there being so many. So 907, the lovely lime green. Love pops of this colour in many diamond paintings. Not all, doesn't suit all pictures, but nice bright ones. I love it when they have a pop of 907, especially if it's near black, like a black outline. Just pops, 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 pops. Okay, 959 gets quite cramped up this end of the 900s. And bob those in. But as you can see, as I'm dekitting this, there is some absolutely gorgeous colours that have been in these mandala paintings. They were such fun to do. I've recently been trying to do 1 PaintGem mini painting a day. most days I'm getting one done, actually even at the weekend, because it's really easy to do one on a small table. So I've been trying to do one PaintGem mini painting a day because I have so many. And I don't necessarily like to sit and do a session of them. Occasionally I will do a couple in an evening, but more often than not, I actually enjoy the process of just doing one and no more. It's like a sense of accomplishment. You've finished a painting, but I feel like I'm being greedy and don't need to try and do more of them. But yeah, I'm trying to make a mini conscious effort to do a PaintGem mini before I start on my big painting for the evening, because I just have so many of the kits and they keep bringing out new ones. So I unboxed 3 more new ones, sat here waiting to go into my stash, and I have kit up some other PaintGem minis. The kitting ups are coming soon. I just try and spread out my kitting ups, so they're coming soon. So yeah, I've been trying to make sure that I work my way through them. So once this one is all in the display book and away, I will be able to get another one kit up in this case, and I'll have loads to choose from. Though I do tend to focus on one set. At the moment I have one set out and I keep doing one painting from that. I think it's just the familiarity with the symbols I like. Okay, so 700 to 900 is done. And then we have my box for the 3000s. So I do have some wiggle room here, but this is all the 3800s and this is my pretty full box. So they're 3/8s, they're 3/6s, and we've got one 3/3. So 3340. I've got a purple bookmark in this one. I've put one bookmark in each of my boxes because why not? And it saves me either forgetting them. So when I open the lid and see it, it's like, oh yeah, I've got that to help. And it saves me trying to move it from one box to another. And then forgetting to put it back in the first box for when I dekit. That's a pretty pink. See that, how much that one would pop next to black? That's the thickness I like my bags at. I do squash them thin before I seal up the grip seal on the top, because then they take up less space in the box. But that's a kind of nice size. You can get a few more in at the top while it still stays pretty flat, but it's not bursting at the seams that you can't move in your spare storage because of it. So I'm going to try and get some of my others down to that level. So 3608, this is probably where I trash my nails, you know, doing things like this. That and DIY projects around the house. Okay, we've got no 3/7s, we do have 3/8s, so I am going to put them in the right order, because otherwise I'll be backing and toing. So we've got 3812, we do have the odd random diamond, that is more than likely me when I'm tipping them back into the pots. I do sometimes end up overshooting the case. So let's move that one out the way. 3818. A nice green. I think this may have only been in one. Maybe it was in two. There are a couple of colours that weren't in like all the paintings or loads of the paintings. And then of course there was black that was in every single one. So black was the outline of every mandala. So I started with black on every single one and then filled in the colour and just watched it pop. If you saw, I did one whip and chat on them, and I just loved the way they turned out. But I ended up finishing them before I could squeeze in another whip and chat because I was enjoying myself. Right, 3846 is the last one. I obviously didn't need my extras spares box this time, but it is a mini set, so you don't get as many diamonds as you do from others. But for those that are new to the channel or to a de-kitting video, in addition to these 3 boxes that house my squares, I have 2 boxes that house my rounds. I don't have as many rounds as spares. And then I have this box that, if needed, it's the same design, so my rounds can spread into 3. But this is my sort of giveaway extras box. I have given away a few over the last few months because this round was full. It's now shrunk quite a bit. I've given away quite a few of both, but this is anything that I have quite a few of. So 3756, I have quite a few extra bags of those, or anything that was pretty full. So 154 that I said was pretty full, that's the second bag of them. In fact, I think there's a third bag of them in there. Yeah. So with the box in my spares, that means I have 3 bags of them and they're all fit to bursting. So I'm obviously going to be getting them in paintings in the future. So I'm going to say trim down my spares a little bit. Right, logbook. My logbook has been moved off the back shelf, ready for June waffle. It's this one. Is it this one I want? Which one's this one? No, that's my stash. You'd think I've got one of the old style bags with the pouches with the grey zip, and I've got a new style pouch with the black zip. You'd think I'd remember which one I'd need, wouldn't you? But no. So this is the one that houses my spares. I don't want to get rid of that yet because I've got more stickers to pull off. But I do need to update my spares list of square and round. So 445, I have got a letter H there. That means, oh, that's why I've put them back in the wrong bags, because there's my eraser or rubber that's normally in the grey bag with that book. Obviously, when I last did my logbook, I messed up a bit. So that H is to tell me that I do have diamonds. I do have diamonds, but they're in my big Heaven and Earth design project. Now I can tell it that I have diamonds in my spares box. So if I ever run out of a colour on a diamond painting, maybe a supplier's not sent me enough, or maybe I've dropped loads and frankly been too lazy to pick them up and hoovered them up, then I can check my book and it will tell me if it's got a H, I only have them in with my Heaven and Earth design, and then I can check my numbers, see if I can pinch them, see if I need to order some more and pinch them for the painting I'm working on, or it's got a tick to say it's in one of my spares box. So the other one I've got is 819, no, 816, I'm lying, 816. That one actually doesn't have a H. It's actually not ticks in round or square. I now have some in square. So I've not had those before, ever. So what, 4 or 5 years of diamond painting? And this set is the first painting that has given me 816 as a spare. There's not many that I don't have any of. There is still a few, but not many. Okay, so those stickers can go in the bin. This is going to get popped just down here until I get to do the video with the display book, of which time, of course, I will show you each and every single one of them. I've just spotted I missed a diamond in that one, so unfortunately, matey, you get to go in the bin. But yeah, this is empty. As I say, I'll get my display book done and then I can kit up my next one in this. My logbook has since been updated with my spares and all the diamonds are in there. So now I just get to put all these boxes back in my bedroom. But I have got another job done. I've got quite a few kits to actually get broken down over. I think there's another one coming this month, and then I think the others will be coming in July. But it means I'm being productive, so that's always good. But thank you so much for joining me for this breakdown. I hope you join me when I get these popped into the display book, which I think is down for next week. And yeah, just see how pretty they are. And I will speak to you all again soon.